Flop, flop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is.
I think I hit.
Where's the
Yeah.
beat?
Did you?
We good on that?
Yep. I'm ready
Okay,
for that.
sweet. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Ad Nauseam. I am Scott,
And I'm Chad.
and we are here. This is our fourth quarter episode of our
Pooper Bowl.
Pooper Bowl series.
Super Owl.
We,
Super Owl.
we made it. It took us a month.
Yes, we did it.
I think this is back. I think we have 7 commercials on this one,
Right.
and I want to say we're over 40 or 50 commercials for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
and I
there
left
was-
some out.
And episode 3, I had like 10 or
Had so
11
many.
or something. Yeah.
This one, I think the game kind of got out of hand and
Right.
sped up. Okay, so
Much to your
I'm not
dismay.
the ad man. Chad is the ad man. So
Yeah.
Chad needs to enlighten me.
Okay.
Enlighten
What
the
do you need
audience.
to know, Scott?
So that fourth quarter, nothing was really happening. The clock was running because the Chiefs would just they were trying to score.
Yeah.
And then the fucking Buccaneers were keeping the ball. And they were
Right.
trying
We're
to
running the
just
ball.
run the
Yeah,
clock.
we're running the clock
And so
down.
is there are there commercials that they pay for this time slot? Like they're like, hey, fourth quarter, let's put our commercial
Right.
in there. And what if the game actually goes so quickly that they don't get to those commercials?
Yeah.
Does
no.
that happen?
Well, I don't know about not getting to them. Somehow they seem to manage them in. Well, now they have, in like big games, like they have TV timeouts,
true.
basically they're literally like we have to take a
And they
commercial
probably have
now
like
'cause this is
priority
sold.
customers. They're like,
Yeah.
this guy, they paid $15 million for this. They're going to be
Right.
showed.
There is a thing that I've heard about before, and this is not my area of expertise, but because I haven't been on that side of the camera, if you will, too much. But but there is a thing where there are some commercials that are there if we have time, kind
Yeah.
of thing, for like really big events, you
Right.
know. But they definitely you can specify what quarter you want it in. Because think about it,
Yeah,
the
you had
Tracy
to.
Morgan thing, right?
They just-
so they had a
every
series,
single one.
right? Yeah, I don't know if we got one in this episode.
I don't
but,
think we have one, but
Yeah.
I think they did 4.
right. Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Or maybe
so,
I'm just thinking of different ones I saw after. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
so there is some planning there, and but yeah, I'm sure there are commercials that don't make it into the game, especially a game like that, which
Yeah.
is much to Scott's dismay. It's a lost cause in the fourth quarter.
And as I told Chad, I was putting these together, and I don't remember the fourth quarter. I
Somebody
saw
had a
the
little maybe a little sippy
Big
to
time.
take the edge off.
I saw the writing on the wall. Even though I was being delusional,
Right.
at halftime I started just pounding whiskeys.
Yeah.
And I remember I even had a buddy over, and I started giving him shots, and he's like, I have work tomorrow. Man. He's like, I'm not
This is
remote like
Sunday.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do comedy.
Right,
And
right.
It's like this kind of stuff. So like it was funny because I saw the writing on the wall, but as I was telling you earlier, I was being very delusional. It was still in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I'm like, we can
Right.
do it. We
Right.
can come back. No, we
Yeah.
couldn't. I was done.
Yeah.
I knew we were done, and that's why my liver just took a pounding.
The liver took over and said, "Listen, Scott.
Yeah.
it's done. It's over."
I really did think
Fill
I
me
was
with-
going to see one of these commercials, be like, oh, that one. But then you're
He
gonna see
literally, what he's telling you, he literally has no memory of any of the commercials we're about to watch.
I just remember the things I screamed about, but that was all game related.
Yeah,
By
yeah.
this point, I didn't give a shit about commercials.
Right, yeah.
It was a rough,
Oh,
rough
it was
Sunday,
a rough
and an even
Sunday, yeah.
rougher Monday morning.
Yes. Shouldn't the day after the Super Bowl be a national holiday?
Oh, totally.
I mean, come on.
There's been
Like,
so many studies that were like, this is the most unproductive day
Yeah,
in the
right.
country.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah.
Just
actually,
give it to him off.
You know
Yeah.
the thing is, I don't think I ever took off the day after a Super Bowl because like the Chiefs were never in it, so I
Right.
didn't give a shit.
Right.
And so I didn't
Now
get
you're like-
just wrecked
Right.
like I did the other night. And then the year before, I was actually in
Yeah.
Miami for the
Oh,
game. I
nice.
wasn't at the game, but like that turned into a huge party.
Oh, I'm sure.
But yeah, so
Yeah, when your team is in it, it's different.
But like that, yeah.
I had that experience too. I was a Buccaneers fan for a long time, and
Yeah.
early
2000s.
Yeah, since the early 2000s. Yeah, when the Browns no longer existed, I had to switch. I was living in
true.
Tampa, and became a Bucks fan, and got really lucky because the second year I was like a Bucks fan, they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
they got John Gruden. They went to the Super Bowl and won.
you go.
And so I was like, oh, this is fucking great.
his Raiders.
I've been a Browns fan my entire life, and this has never happened. And then all of a sudden, sudden, then
the brownies are back. They
and
look
then
good.
20 years go by. Yeah, the Browns are back. Maybe I'll switch back to them since I don't
You know
live in
what?
Florida
I'm gonna
anymore.
take this off. I can hear my jacket.
Ah, good point. Look at this guy. I should have noticed that audio issue there.
Yeah, like if I can hear it, other people can.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
that kind of thing. All right, so let's just get into these commercials that I do not remember. How about that?
Yeah, this one I remember this one, but I now thinking back on it, I can't remember what happened.
Yeah.
But I remember that there was an Edward Scissorhands caddy commercial.
Yep,
so
here it is.
let's dive into it.
This is the story of a boy with scissors for hands. No, not that one.
Edgar, you're gonna be late.
This one. My son, Edgar.
Next up, Lancer Street.
How magnets of opposite poles can actually.
Yo, Edgar!
Thank you.
Is that a sandwich?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Go ahead, try it. And Edgar drove off into the sunset. But don't worry, he still makes it home in time for dinner. Occasionally.
This commercial was so stupid.
Yeah.
I don't. So, okay, we've talked about this a couple of times with other commercials to where I barely remember Edward Scissorhands as a movie.
Oh yeah.
Actually didn't even know that was Winona Ryder until the very end.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, oh
Just
yeah, she
now?
was in it.
Yeah,
She was Edward's, and I'm guessing that Edgar is the son, all that kind of shit. But like,
Edward.
but like, I get it that you and I remember Edward
Yeah,
Scissorhands,
true.
but who the fuck else does? This is almost like one of those commercials that's for 35 to 45-year-olds.
Right,
And
yeah,
it's a
for
small
sure.
window.
Yeah, it's pretty small. I mean, Cadillac as a brand definitely goes after the older crowd.
Well, that's the thing.
And that's funny to me because like I feel like I'm probably like I think I was like in film school when
Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands came out, or like maybe about I don't remember what year
Early
it was.
90s, right?
Was it? I think it was like mid to early 90s. I
Okay.
don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
But it either just came out before I went to film school or during, and so I feel like. Even like adults at that time, like older than me, they didn't give a fuck about Edward
Yeah.
Scissorhands. Can I say that on this podcast?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You don't know that by now.
Yeah, I figured. Well, yeah. So, so like it is a little weird. It's a weird like tie-in, right?
Yeah, it's a weird tie-in. Plus, it's just a callback that no one's asking for. It's like the callback to the Shaggy song that's
Right.
over 20 years old, and this
Yeah.
this is over 30 years old.
But the thing is like the Shaggy song is like fun. It's just a
Yeah.
fun song. It's
This
a
is a
silly song.
black and white Tim Burton weird
Right.
movie that
Yeah.
not a lot of people should remember. I mean, like, you should
It's a
remember
great
just because it
movie,
was
but
wacky.
yeah.
But yeah, I just don't know. Like, who's calling for this? Who needs to
Yeah.
see Edgar Scissorhands?
I suspect that this is Cadillac's attempt to go a little bit young for them. Which is
yeah,
sad.
that's what I was
which
thinking
is like
too.
35 to
They're
45.
like, let's skew
which is
young,
sad.
and someone should be like, you're still not skewing fucking young.
Right? Yeah.
Let's talk about Justin Bieber or something like that. Not a movie that's almost 30 years old.
Right. Yeah. It is pretty funny. And then I did recognize Winona's voice right away. And,
Yeah.
even though when I first saw the commercial, I wasn't super paying attention to it. Like at this, when I was watching the
Right.
Pooper Bowl. Yeah. So I didn't. It's funny. I didn't. This time I recognized her voice right away, and I didn't even notice it was her the first time I saw
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Because she's got blonde hair. Like
she got
you
blonde-
never see her with blonde hair.
did she have blonde hair in the movie?
Don't think she did. I mean, she must have, right?
Had to
Because
have.
otherwise, why would
you
they
do
make
that?
her blonde?
They gave her a mom cut, so like you.
Right. Yeah.
She had to have had blonde hair, but I don't remember
That's
that.
something we have to Google.
But like, if we can't remember that, then what the fuck are they
right.
even doing
Yeah.
with it?
It's a
Them
it's a
skewing young
stretch.
is still old, and then also there was just parts in this commercial like that didn't make sense. Like I get that, like okay, he ruins everything because he has fucking scissors for fingers. I get that.
Right.
But then the the kid who throws him the football and he catches it and deflates it, the kid's like, "What the fuck, man? Like, how
What did you
stupid are
expect?
you? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
God damn, he's got knives for fucking hands. Dude,
Right.
did you think that he wasn't going to deflate your fucking
Yeah.
ball? You
Yeah.
dipshit." And also the entire time, I just wanted to see like if you wanted to spice this up and make this memorable just
Right.
because it's a dud,
Right.
you should have like
Put him
showing
on a date.
showing him trying to like jerk himself off or something. like sitting in his room.
Right.
He's got the U porn on.
Oh, man.
Hands-free U porn, and then
Oh,
he's
no.
like, "Do I do it? Like, am I that horny?
Right.
I don't know, but like just something that was boring.
Right.
Boring
yeah.
as hell.
Yeah,
Next
it was. It
commercial.
could have been much better.
Next
for sure.
commercial.
All right, what do we
Was
got
she
here?
blonde in that?
I'm
Now we
gonna
gotta go
Google
watch.
this.
Yeah, we gotta Google it.
All right, so let's grab a beer from Anheuser-Busch.
Sentimental fucking warning.
Oh yeah.
I thought this was Jim Caviezel the first time I saw it.
So when you say, let's grab a beer, it's never just about the beer.
Come on. I'm buying you a beer.
Okay.
What do they say?
Flight crew's next door eating pizza.
It's how you say, I'm glad we're stuck together.
Here's the new friends. Lydia, we sure could use your help on this.
Or,
Okay.
you deserve to be here. Congrats. Or,
Congrats.
really sorry.
No.
You got to be in the big meeting.
It's a way to say, shake it off.
It wasn't that noticeable, was it?
Yeah, only if you have the ears.
So when we're back,
I can't do it for
Fucking burned you.
let's remember, it's never just about the beer. It's about saying that simple human truth.
Come on, let's grab a beer.
We need each other.
I think they overestimate how many. Like, I've never been at a job where we're in a conference room and there's just a million
Right,
Budweisers
yeah.
hanging out. Like that isn't how people work. It really isn't.
Maybe in the startup culture.
Yeah, maybe
now,
ad
but-
agencies
Yeah,
because they get
I've had a
free
bit of
shit
it.
all the time, and that's
Right.
one of their clients. But I didn't believe half of these fucking
Scenarios.
And
Yeah.
also, at the end, the guy is like cleaning off his car, and then he gets hit with snow,
Right.
and then this guy
It's
just
like-
kind of comes up and is like, "Hey, let's grab a beer." Do they know each other?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Is he a stranger? Is
Are
he
they
a friend?
friends? Yeah, what's going on with that?
Also,
Yeah.
like, and then okay, so I have been fired before, right? and I don't, and I no one has ever seen a person get fired and be like, "Hey, let me leave work too, so I can also get fired."
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
I wasn't sure. Did they both get fired, or was it just
She
one
was
of them?
carrying a box too, right?
Right. So I was like, but
Yeah.
at first I didn't think she was fired. I thought
No,
it-
so he
yeah.
had a box, and then she all of a sudden came up. So maybe it was one of his box.
Other box?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Who
But
knows?
either way, like
We
you
shouldn't be
can't
asking
leave work. You're
questions.
still clocking in.
Right.
What the fuck? What are you fucking doing? And then yeah, like okay, and here's a pet peeve, and this is just like, so like. Beer loves to make you think that hot chicks drink beer.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Especially Budweiser. Like
Right.
Coors Light has this one commercial where the girl comes home, takes her bra off, like underneath her shirt,
Yeah.
and just cracks open
Right,
a
I
Coors
remember
Light.
that one,
No
yeah.
fucking girl does that. I'm sorry. Like I've hung out with plenty of girls.
Right. Sure
Bragging,
you have,
bragging,
Scott.
baby,
Yeah,
over here,
big
okay?
brag, big
and
brag.
guess what? They're not drinking the bullshit
right.
I'm drinking.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not. Like this is meant for dudes that look
Right.
like you and I.
Yeah, exactly.
And guess what?
They're going to
We're-
delude us into thinking that it's super
Yeah.
attractive women like Budweiser.
It's so insane, yeah. And no
Yeah.
girl likes the lager. No girl. Like
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
they drink the Bud Light, maybe a
Michelob-
Bud Seltzer,
Michelob Ultra,
yeah.
buddy.
But they're not drinking the king of beers. They're just fucking not.
I know. I literally cannot remember the last time I saw a woman drink the king of beers.
Yeah. But you know what? Since this is trying to be sentimental, at least it had something to do with their product.
Yes,
you know?
right. It wasn't random.
The overlying issue was, hey, let's go have a beer.
Yeah.
Done and
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
It's not a swimmer who has
Right.
no legs. It's not well,
Unrelated
yeah,
to
it's not,
the brand itself.
It
yeah.
actually made some sense, so I
did.
get it. But like, let's do some more realistic scenarios.
Right,
here.
yeah, absolutely. And what occurred to me at the end is, God damn it, Anheuser-Busch owns all the beers.
Yeah.
Holy crap. They have
Yeah,
there's
so
like
many.
16 logos they went through there.
It's crazy.
They own all the beers now. And I don't know if that's good for the beer world.
I don't know either. Probably not.
Decent commercial.
Yeah.
No, it could have been a little more creative, I
I
think.
just feel like they were like
a little
they were-
more realistic.
They were taking scenarios from people who don't actually live in the real world.
Like when the snow thing happened, I thought there was a mistake. Like, I'm like, is this a weird YouTube cut in or like
right.
some weird thing or what? What's
Yeah.
going on? Anyway, okay, what do we got next?
Okay,
boy,
this
one.
is a long one.
It is long.
2.5 minutes.
Wow, is it
Yeah.
really that long? All right, cool.
So
I'm gonna
this
crack
is the
a beer.
Yeah, I already knew that I had forgotten a whole bunch of these commercials, but this one
Yeah.
has a tie-in to my home state.
Yep.
It's 2.5 minutes long. It's the fucking boss,
The
and I have
Boss.
zero recollection of this
Oh, shit.
whatsoever.
Damn, I'll have what he's having, folks.
Just straight up, it was. What was I having? Woodford Reserve.
Ah, right on.
I was
I'll do it.
pounding good
Yeah,
shit as
yeah.
if it was bottom shelf
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, that's no well liquor
Yeah.
there.
So here's Jeep being sentimental
Oh yeah.
about.
they are. Let's just do it.
Here's the middle.
All right. Solve the world's problems in one 2.5-minute commercial.
Yep.
There's a chapel in Kansas,
Yeah.
standing on the
Lebanon,
center of
geographical center of the United States. No big deal.
never
It's a tiny fucking town.
all are more than welcome to come meet here in the middle. It's no secret. The middle has been a hard place to get to lately. Between red and blue, between servant and citizen, between our freedom and our fear. Now, fear has never been the best of who we are. And as for freedom, it's not the property of just a fortunate few. It belongs to us all. Whoever you are, wherever you're from, it's what connects us. And we need that connection. We need the middle. We just have to remember the very soil we stand on is common ground. So we can get there.
Fucking director's cut of this
Yeah, right?
extended ending.
We've got the boss. We're going all out.
And we will cross this divide. Our light has always found its way through the darkness. And there's hope on the road up ahead.
It's like the best Kansas has looked though. In like a,
yeah, I was gonna say
It's kind of desolate, but kind of pretty with the
pretty
snow. But
picturesque. Yeah. To the reunited States of America.
this is so fucking pretentious.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think so.
So
Ugh.
here's what I'd love. This is a very ironic commercial because
Yeah.
they're talking about not being divided anymore
Right.
in the country.
Yeah.
Because Trump's not in office, but yet Jeep just divided their customers 100% down the middle. Like you just pissed off all of your Republicans.
Yeah, you think so?
I
Yeah,
think
you got that.
so.
Okay,
In
it's
the
hard for me
sense
to
of-
tell because I'm not a Republican.
Well,
but-
because like I'm a Midwestern guy, I
Yeah.
get how they fucking feel. They don't want to see an East Coast boss. Like he's Jersey, he's not the middle.
yeah, I don't.
He's
I
a
don't
dim.
get that.
They don't want to see
Yeah,
that either.
right.
And so like
Well
they're
known
being
progressive.
talked down to in the sense of like, well, now that your guy's out of office, we can now get back to being.
Right,
I was
right,
like,
right,
and they're
right.
like, well, we're not the ones that were being divisive, okay?
Well,
Well, it
that's
doesn't matter
arguable.
because
Yeah, that's how they
it's
feel,
in their
yeah.
country.
In
Like
their cult,
if he
that's how
did
they
this in
feel.
Jersey, I can't say that shit.
Right,
but he
right.
came to the middle.
yeah.
And it's not like he's ever been kind of a friend to the Reds, and I'm not a Republican, or sorry, I'm not a staunch Republican. I lean right, duh. I
Yeah.
get that, but just the talk about not being divided anymore,
Right.
and then that kind of talk divides people because people give a shit too much about the politics
Right.
of this world.
Right.
Now. Did it look good? It looked great. Like I said,
commercial,
it
yeah,
actually made
looked- yeah.
Kansas not look as terrible as it is. Because
They found like that one little
no.
cliff in Kansas. I think that's
The
the cliff.
snow helped. The
Yeah,
snow
yeah,
helped.
The
Okay,
snow helps a lot. Yeah.
It's just like it's up near Nebraska.
picturesque.
It's desolate. I know what Kansas looks like. And so I just thought like this is. I think they just decided they're like, we don't care. We're gonna piss off the red people.
Right.
The blues are fine. And I'm not against blue people. I'm not against Democrats. It doesn't matter to me.
Right.
But I just saw more divisiveness in this than an actual message of hope. You know?
All right.
Which
That's
is what they
interesting.
were going for, I think.
Yes, they were totally going for let's bring in the big guns,
Yeah.
the boss.
You need a Midwest. Who's the
yeah.
boss for the Midwest? I don't think
John Cougar Mellencamp.
Fuck yeah. You know what? Fuck that. Melissa Etheridge.
There you
She's
go.
from Kansas
Even
City.
better.
Cougar lives in fucking New York. I know he does.
All right. Yeah, probably. Does.
I'm making
Who
shit
knows?
up.
Yeah. Who knows?
But yeah, someone like
He was born in a small town.
it
though.
doesn't. Oh, God. God, I actually
you.
am not a Mellencamp
Yeah.
fan.
Oh, don't tell anybody.
I know.
You're gonna get sacrificed when you go
know,
to a
it's-
show
it's-
in farm country.
I know people in the Midwest don't like Mellencamp, and they also. And I also don't like the Beastie Boys, which is just like I know.
Oh, wow.
I pissed off a
Damn.
whole generation of people. I don't outside of Sabotage, I don't get it.
Oh man, I don't know. That's a whole other episode.
Oh,
when
it
they're on
is.
a commercial.
Because then I would tell you in high school I listened to nothing but Creed and Limp Bizkit.
See, well, you can't trust his
I really
taste,
can't. You cannot. I'm
obviously.
all over the fucking place.
Well, I thought that it was, my thing about it was like, hey, I agree with you. Like, the boss is from Jersey.
Yeah.
When did he become Mr. America Western.
Never.
You know? And how did he get a goddamn, like, almost like a Southern accent?
Yeah, I kind of
Like, where does this come from? Like, Southern Jersey? Or
know.
way down by the shore? Are we all close? I mean,
Oh, you didn't
all
know?
the
There's a
people-
Mason Dixon line in
Yeah.
Jersey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
He
that's
imported it,
insane,
right?
yeah.
He's got this, kind of like draw to him, and I'm like, this is
You're
how did
adapting.
this happen?
Yeah, you're trying to act a little bit too
Right,
much.
right,
Just be
right.
the boss. If
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
be in this commercial, just be the boss.
Yeah.
So
And then how do they this reminds me of the perfume commercials that they'll do with stars where it's just like, okay, here,
Overly
light
dramatic.
light a candle.
Yeah.
And sit here and look nervous and adjust your hat. I mean, like
Yeah.
there was like 20 shots in there that were literally just like, we just need to follow around Bruce for a couple hours.
Yeah,
And
no
do
shit, right?
Random shit, and we'll make it slow-mo and then
looked
put some
good.
good
Like I
music.
said,
It
it's
did,
a great
yeah.
looking commercial.
Yeah.
He how old is he? He
Oh
looks
my God.
good.
He's in his I think he's like
70s?
70. Yeah. I think he's like early 70s.
He's one of those guys to where he works so much, like he performs so much that if he stops performing, he might just die.
might,
Like
yeah.
he'll have 2 months on this
do
earth.
you remember when he did the Super Bowl a few years ago?
No?
Oh my God, dude. This guy, like he
Oh,
is
actually, I do.
balls to the wall.
Yeah, he had the whole
man.
band out there too,
Like,
right?
and he runs around
Yeah.
the stage, and that wasn't just for the Super Bowl. I have friends that are obsessed with Bruce, and
sure he does it every show.
that every show.
Yeah, so-
I mean, running around, jumping
Totally.
around like he's 16 or something.
Yeah, no,
So-
he looks good. I had nothing other thing. Oh yeah. So the crazy part is, I've always known about Lebanon, Kansas,
Yeah.
being the geographical center.
Have you been there though?
I've driven through it.
Oh, okay.
It's like I said, it's a small town. It's
Known for one thing.
it's
being
actually
the center of
yeah.
the
I
country?
think it has a post office and a gas station, maybe
Oh,
that
yeah,
kind
one
of
of
stuff.
those. Yep.
But
Got a lot of those out here.
I didn't know about the chapel. Cool little thing about like
Yeah.
that seems very Kansas-y to put just a 4-person chapel in the middle of
Right?
nowhere.
Yeah, right. And the funny thing that caught me off of the commercial was like I just love how Bruce is like, there's a place
Right.
in Kansas where everyone is welcome. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I had the certain colors of skin
Right.
that I would be really welcome there as maybe some other colors of skin.
Well, it's
if you
also
know what I'm
to
saying.
weirdly. Oh, they're not racist, but
They're
like,
not.
they're kind of.
How do they
like-
know if they've never met any black people?
I mean, we have like 8.
Yeah, right. And you just
No.
send them around the state so everyone gets a chance
Circulate
to meet
them, yeah. So
Yeah.
the thing is with that, like, it was also very religion versus politics too, which
Yeah.
is like a dangerous line.
Yeah,
to
I
kind
was kind of
toe.
surprised that they went there.
Very.
They went here, but I get it. I mean, they're Jeep, and that's a very American brand. I feel like a very
Oh, yeah.
because it started with the military Jeeps.
I'm never gonna own a Jeep though.
Yeah,
I like the look of them, but like I feel like I'd tip one over.
Well, if you're doing it right, you'd have a lot of fun and be tipping it over. Yeah, someday I'll probably get a Jeep, but I want like a Wrangler, like the full on, like
There you
know, not the mom Jeep.
You know what I
the
miss?
Soccer mom.
This is not obviously a Jeep, but I miss like the old school. What is it? The Broncos.
They're coming back.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're gonna have a Bronco. I think it comes out this year.
I miss the Broncos.
Oh man,
like
it's
old school
badass.
boxy Bronco.
Yeah,
I
they're
miss those.
badass, dude. You got to check them out.
I'll
They
do
got it. I think it's this year. I think it's 2021, and they're still super boxy and badass looking. I want one so bad.
Right.
Yeah, I've already
it.
confessed my like of Fords. Talk about growing up in the
This
Midwest.
is not a shocker that I gave the Kansas commercial the most time. On this.
All right, yeah, a little bias here.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
hey, Kansas City guy,
Hey,
Don Cheadle.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. All right. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, All-Star Cast. All right. Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah.
Superstars. Who knows what goes through their minds when the stakes are this high? When their legacy is on the line.
Sometimes you just want a hard seltzer.
A hard seltzer with no carbs.
With no sugar.
Good. Who needs that?
I want a hard seltzer. That's USDA certified organic.
With no artificial aftertaste.
But in a world where most
Megan
things
Fox?
seem real,
I was thinking.
sometimes they're not.
Don Cheadle.
Man, get off my boat.
That's fair.
New Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer is real. And it tastes that way. You're not real. You almost fooled me. Lookalikes. Phony.
No Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer.
So,
Real as
Oh,
Yeah.
now I get it.
so the first time I.
walking.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't
yeah,
actually see that. I stopped it before that. So the first time I liked this the second time I saw it.
Right.
Because the first time you're thrown off guard because I'm like, that's not Christopher Walken, right?
Well,
That sounds like shit. And
that
then
didn't catch me. That
Oh.
was the Stallone. I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, what the fuck is wrong with Stallone?
Serena got me or didn't get me because they're like once she started walking towards the camera and talking, I'm like, oh, that's not Serena.
Oh,
But
you
then I
did
was like,
see, I
oh,
missed
okay,
all
I think
that.
but the Stallone guy was great.
Yeah, the sound was.
Yeah, the sound.
He nailed the voice for
I
sure.
think they were going for Megan Fox, but it also really that looked way more like Megan Fox than the other ones
Yeah.
looked for like Serena and,
Right,
and
yeah.
Balboa. And so it took me a while.
Like I thought it was really her.
And then once I realized what was going on, the second time I watched it, I liked it way more. The first time I was
Yeah.
like, this is fucking stupid.
Right,
You
right,
gotta
right.
like point it out that everyone's a fake, but then the second time I watched it, I was like, oh, I appreciate it now that I know what the hell is
now
going
that they
on.
are, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, oftentimes, I mean, and for that works for your Super Bowl ad because they're gonna play the Super Bowl ad
Yeah.
over and over again.
I feel like
just to
they
make
could
you
have done this in
remember.
a different way, though, to like make it not seem so obvious. Like that, I want to say that those people were like almost too good of impersonators. They were
Right.
too close.
Yeah, it took me a minute, I didn't realize they were fake,
Right.
till the very end.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
And so that's one of those things where I don't know. I'm
been a little
kind of
off, or-
perplexed by it because I
Right.
like the idea. I don't know if they executed it perfectly, but like now I'm being a bad critiquer because I don't have like a better way to do it. But
Right.
like Don Cheadle just kind of like pointing out that everyone. Okay, so you know what? I got it. So. You know how at the end, Don Cheadle's just pointing out that everybody's a fake,
You're fake,
right?
you're fake, yeah.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Do you remember the movie The Departed?
Yes.
Where at the end they just keep killing fucking everybody, and I was like,
Yes.
"This is your ending,
Right, yeah,
This
this
is
is a
how you do it." And
massacre.
so, like this,
Yeah.
now I know how I feel about it because, like, I get what you're doing, but you basically just departed this fucking commercial
Right.
instead of having a better kind of way of.
Yeah, right.
Like, just leave it. Like,
right.
leave, people be like, "Was that
Were they
Christopher
real-
Walken?
Or was it not? Yeah, yeah,
Is that
right.
Stallone?
Right.
Serena doesn't look good. Maybe like I don't
The
know.
ironic thing is, and I want to know, do you think that they chose like the person that looks the least like the person they were playing?
Yeah.
Aside from Christopher Walken, obviously,
Right.
but that was like a voiceover.
That was great,
thing.
yeah.
The person that looked the least like the actual person was the Don Cheadle.
No, yeah.
Was that like intentional? Do you
I don't
think, or like I'm like that dude looks nothing like Don Cheadle. He's just literally like another black
Yeah,
dude on the set. wearing
Yeah,
the
if you
same
would have showed
outfit.
him just on the boat and everything, like I wouldn't have been like, oh, Don Cheadle.
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. I'm like, this guy looks nothing like him.
I think the only reason I thought that it was going to be Don Cheadle was because I kept seeing that Don Cheadle was in that commercial. That's the
Right,
only reason
right,
why.
yeah,
But
yeah.
if you didn't show me that, and I
Right.
didn't know that Don Cheadle, so I'd been like, okay, so this is who?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Like Serena's
yeah.
easy.
Yes.
Tennis.
Sure.
I keep calling him Balboa.
Hey,
Stallone
Balboa.
has the perfect Stallone, not
Yeah.
the almost perfect Stallone voice.
Yeah.
And then the Megan Fox one, I was like, that might be actually being Megan Fox. Like, they might
She's
be-
hard up for work right now. She's
like,
actually
I'll play
doing
my impersonator and me.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's just like one of those things. It's a funny way to get around paying those celebrities.
Yeah, that is the brilliance of it. Like, because you're gonna get, like, honestly, like, that's really smart actually.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're not paying Serena Williams, $1 million to do a half day.
And Stallone isn't even an A-lister anymore. He's like just a legend. So
Right,
like you
yeah.
don't have enough coin
There
for him.
literally are statues of him.
Yeah.
in Philadelphia.
Yeah, anywhere he's not even a real person.
Right.
All right, let's move on to the next one. This one is so confusing.
I love Maya Rudolph. I have no recollection of this commercial whatsoever, so I'm excited.
Let's just get into it. It's
dive
by
into it.
Klarna, and I can't tell you what Klarna is.
Let's see, what the hell is that?
Look at the bad.
Oh my god, that's got to be intentional.
It's so
right?
choppy and
Yeah. They're mini horses.
Yeah.
That's a mighty fine pair of boots. Let's get them boots. I'll make payment 1, 2, 3. I'll make payment 4. Really?
So I'm guessing that Klarna is kind of like not a layaway, but basically, you
basically,
get some. Yeah. This is one of those commercials where I'm like, hey, if you need to make 4 payments for a pair of boots,
Right.
maybe you shouldn't be buying fucking boots.
Or I don't know, fucking save your money. You ever
Yeah.
heard of a goddamn savings account? Like, put it in there.
Don't give Klarna more money because
Right.
you need to pay it out over 4 different months.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
insane. So
That's so funny. Like, I wonder if that startup was started by like a super old person or like a really nostalgic
know.
kid. Because like layaway has not been a thing. It's like since credit cards
I
or
know.
a thing. Like, I remember like I laid away something when I was a little kid who got $5 a week allowance.
Yeah.
And I can't even remember what it was now. But
can we go back and play it one more time? Because it's like
Absolutely.
15 seconds.
For sure, it's really short.
Go ahead and play it, and then I'm going to have you pause it at a certain point. So
Okay.
have your pause button. Ready?
That's right.
That looks so fake and weird.
Right?
Yeah.
Walk all over you.
Also, why are they?
That's a mighty fun.
Just because you're right. Just because it's 4 payments, quarters, then you have to make them on quarter horses, and they're short too.
Right.
That's just what
Yeah, that looks really bad.
That's right. One of these days, these boots are gonna.
Also, you got to pay for that song.
Yeah, right.
Did they pay for that song over 4 different periods?
I'll make payment 1, 2.
Nancy Sinatra is getting her money in installments.
Really?
Pause it.
Oh, it's not working.
Anyways, that guy,
Yeah, who is that guy?
Patrick Swayze's brother.
No shit.
Yeah,
really?
so he's been in a whole bunch of things. I can't remember his name, but like he's been in like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's been in a
Right.
whole bunch of things as like bit parts. And so that was funny because I'm like, this fucking commercial sucks. And then I see him like, fuck yeah!
Swayze's brother, whatever his real name is,
Am I
right?
getting it wrong? Dan Swayze? Dan Swayze doesn't sound right.
Dan. It's Mick, or I don't know. What would it be? John Swayze.
Swayze.
That's hilarious. I don't know. I love Maya Rudolph, but I feel like her talents were really underused in this commercial. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you didn't really get.
15-second commercial.
Yeah, you really didn't get any of the.
Oh, see, I said Dan. It's Don Swayze.
Don Swayze. That's
So like
makes
he's been
total
in,
sense,
and yeah, and shit like
Don
in a
Swayze.
lot of things, and so that was about the only thing memorable about this commercial because
right.
the rest of it just didn't make sense. I eventually like talked myself into what they were doing, but then
Right.
then I just didn't care.
I do like that it featured some miniature horses, which are always fun.
Love mini horses,
But they did look super weird when they were walking in. Like it was
Choppy.
obviously green
Bad
screen,
CGI,
like bad
yeah.
green screen.
Not
or
CGI,
whatever,
but yeah, green screen,
Well,
I guess.
and CGI probably, but yeah, like yeah, super weird. I don't know. I'm not sure about the viability of a layaway app
no,
in
not
2021 either.
I hope it fails.
I'm not
Sorry.
going to go that far. Never.
Unless
wish
you want to
anybody
sponsor us, Klarna.
failed. Then we're all a big fan.
Yeah, if you have Super Bowl money, you've got ad nauseum
Yeah,
money.
exactly.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, we can be bought for sure.
100%.
Guaranteed rate.
Yeah.
Believe you will.
When I first saw this, I was like, I thought Guaranteed Rate was like one of those websites where you go and compare car insurance.
Yeah.
But it's
That's
not.
what the
It's
name
like
implies to me. What is it? Do you know?
It's like a mortgage lender.
Oh, okay. All right. If I remember correctly, I think I hated this commercial. We'll see.
Oh
All right.
yeah.
How did a blind man conquer Mount Everest? How did a kid who loved NASCAR, just know in his heart, one day he'd win the Brickyard and Daytona 500? How did an underdog, always counted out, take down the biggest name in the UFC?
Delusional.
How?
Yeah.
They all believed. They believed in themselves. And they believed that their dreams, their goals in life, were more than just imaginable. They were possible. For those who believe in their dream of a new home, Guaranteed Rate is a mortgage lender with all the right tools, advice, and financing to make that dream a reality. Home office, backyard, more space, better view. Whatever you're striving for, you can make it happen. You can conquer that mountain. You can. If you believe, you will.
So here's what I love about this and it's not actually love. It's just like they're comparing people buying a house to a blind guy
Right.
climbing fucking Everest.
I'm like, is it that fucking hard to get a mortgage loan
Yeah.
these days? I thought interest rates were low.
Forget about I'm closer. I am way closer to beating the shit out of Conor McGregor or getting an Olympic medal in figure skating than I am being blind and climbing fucking Everest.
That dude is the ultimate example. I'll give this guy kudos.
So
but
to
man,
compare
it's-
him and even the others, the
to
MMA
buying
fighters,
a fucking house or
Yeah.
getting a mortgage,
who literally
Yeah.
beat each other up for a fucking living, and you have to be just a goddamn savage to do that,
Oh,
like
yeah.
a badass motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're comparing all that to buying a house.
know,
I've
it's
bought a house.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah. You're like, I'm not a big deal, and I bought a house.
Yeah, I
Oh,
haven't
that's
done
hilarious.
shit. It was so easy to buy
Right.
a house.
Oh, yeah, for
I shouldn't
sure.
have. They shouldn't have given me a house, but I was able to buy a house. But you know what I can't do? I can't even beat up Rose Namajunas.
Right,
She's
yeah.
5'4" and will waste me.
Should kick up both of our asses.
Oh,
at the
kick
same
my nuts
time.
through my fucking fucking mouthing out my head. It's insane. And so to compare all these really monumental fucking things that have pride and practice and like, I don't have to practice to buy a house.
Yeah, right. No,
Hopefully I
totally.
save enough money, but really there's no practice. There's no blood, sweat, and tears.
No, yeah, it's pretty straightforward, you know, as long as
In comparison
I mean,
to
if this was
climbing
a
Everest.
credit improvement
Maybe.
brand, okay, then I could see this metaphor. My major problem with this commercial was it was like purpose washing, you know, just like being like, well, people really love like things that are like really meaningful and like have a big, deep message. So we'll cram we'll make up some bullshit that really has nothing to do with what we do, and we'll just be like, yeah, it's all about believing. Like, believe you can buy a house.
And
I'm like, that just makes me ill.
Their competitors are Rocket Mortgage, and they wiped the fucking floor with guaranteed rate.
Yeah, totally.
Rocket Mortgage just killed them in one commercial.
Yeah, and do you think that the CEO showed up at one of these meetings at the edit and was like, we need to get the name and the web address and the commercial more? Because like every fucking third shot was like touching the race car with the name guaranteed rate. It's like, okay, dudes, we get it. Just put your fucking website at the bottom of the goddamn thing if that's what you
and
want.
also, I guarantee you think the same thing. Bad logo.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Shit logo.
Garbage. Absolute garbage.
All right, let's
And,
move on. Let's
all
wash
right.
our mouth out of this. one. I
Yes.
think this is our last one.
It
This is the Amazon's big game commercial.
Okay, this commercial freaked me out. I'm curious to see. Well, I mean, it's not. I'm not saying I thought it was good, but it still like freaked me out.
I get it.
It was.
It should have freaked you out. for
Yeah,
sure.
right. Yeah.
This is Alexa's body.
Oh yeah.
It's just flawless, isn't it? We think so. I mean, I literally couldn't imagine a more beautiful vessel for Alexa to be inside. Alexa, how many tablespoons are in a cup?
There are 16 tablespoons in a cup.
Food just got here. Why you cooking? Who's that?
Alexa, turn on the sprinklers.
Honey, I already ran the sprinklers. Things are getting way too wet around here.
Dim the lights.
Alexa, lights up. Alexa, lights up.
Add bath oils to my shopping list.
Alexa, no. Don't do that.
Read my audiobook.
I was in his hands. I was being changed.
Yeah.
Realized that I was also kissing him.
Honey, other people have to use the bathroom around here too.
So here's how I definitely know that I don't remember this fourth quarter, because when I watched that last night, I was howling laughing.
Yeah, it's so great.
That commercial is fucking hilarious.
Won the fourth quarter hands down for me.
Absolutely. I actually made it last because I wanted to do it last because it's such a fucking hilarious idea.
Smart.
And that actress,
Yeah. She's really good.
she was turned on. She was like, I don't know if she was acting or not. I believed her 1,000%.
Right.
The
She's a
fucking
great
dynamic
actress.
of the jealous boyfriend or husband was killer.
That's so great.
So fucking funny. And I loved the double innuendo joke.
Oh, yeah.
With the whole, when he turns on the sprinklers, she's like, getting way too wet around here.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking hilarious. So fucking funny.
great.
Amazon killed it with that one. There wasn't
Gotta
a lot
give it
of
to 'em.
competition anyways, but like you would have had to have a really hilarious commercial for
beat
that one
that.
not to win in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely.
That one was
Hands down
so
the best one in
fucking
the fourth quarter. So good.
And that's one of those ones where it's a weird concept and it's a weird idea, but if you can get your point across to what you're trying to do, it's gold.
Yeah.
It's like, we got Michael B. Jordan. He's basically Alexa, but he is the vessel.
Right.
And he's a good-looking fucking
Dude,
guy,
he's a good
great
looking guy.
actor. And
We
so
all should
I
be so
just
lucky.
loved all of that commercial because, like I said, I believed her being turned on. I loved the jealous husband. I loved Michael B. Jordan just being the smoothest motherfucker in the world.
Right. That's
just
so great. Yeah.
such a great
and the
commercial.
subtle thing with the blue in the eyes,
Yep,
you know,
yep,
as
yep.
like, and that's the same blue that they
Same
have
blues
on the
for-
little,
yep, for
on the
Alexa.
actual Echo or Alexa.
I hope people weren't like me and actually saw that one and thought it was hilarious because that one was just top notch. That's one of my favorites of the whole Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
definitely top 5. The funny thing about it was I missed the very beginning of the commercial the first time it was on during the game.
Oh, yeah.
I came back from the bathroom or grabbing a drink or something and sat down, and I think it was like literally like the whole idea of it being Alexa wasn't in there.
Right.
So
It
I
was just
like,
Michael
what
B. Jordan
the fuck
just-
is this commercial about? I'm like, who is this for? Like, I'm like, honey, what is this about? She's like, huh?
Yeah,
What?
she was reading a book or something. Like, she didn't care.
No, she was just staring at the commercial.
Oh, yeah, she's like Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. I'll tell you in a minute. Go away. Stop talking.
And it's such a silly thing when she's like, "Hey Alexa, dim the lights," and he takes his shirt off. Like,
I didn't get that.
No, I don't
Yeah,
either, but it's silly.
so funny,
it's fucking great, and
Right.
they killed it with this one. I don't know if they had other commercials for Amazon, but they don't
I
need
think
him.
not,
They didn't
not
need
for
him.
Alexa, I don't think. Maybe one, there might have been a car commercial that featured Alexa,
Something,
but I
yeah.
think it was just that.
No, that was a great one to end on, and that was a lot of fun. So yeah, that's one of my favorites. I can't remember enough of them that we did. These were too long of episodes for me to remember. I remember the Drake from State Farm was a good one.
Yep.
All the Tracy Morgan ones I
All the
loved.
Rocket Mortgage.
That one, and then who knows? There's probably more.
Yeah.
But that concludes our superb owl series
There you go.
of episodes. That was the fourth quarter, and I feel like those were pretty good. It was a good,
Overall,
good
it was a good year. I wouldn't say it was a great year overall.
Start doing sentimental ones better, everybody. Like,
or how about this?
or don't
do
them.
it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Try and be funny. Try and make it memorable.
I mean, I'll give them a pass.
Stop
'cause
trying
of
to make my
COVID.
mom cry. Anyone can make my mom cry with a commercial, okay?
Right? Yeah.
She probably cried at the Alexa's Body commercial. Fucking
That's
stop.
awesome.
Just like do it better, or just don't do it at all.
Well, I'll give them a pass because it's obviously like pandemic year and it's been a real
Pandy.
dumpster fire. So, but I'm just looking forward to having like a Super Bowl where like 90% of the commercials are trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Rather than like 50, 60%. You
totally.
know? But I get it. It's a weird year.
Weird year, but that is our fourth quarter episode. If you want to follow us on social media, email us if you want us to review a commercial. Since we're going back to normal commercials, just everyday commercials now.
Send us your
And
favorites.
Absolutely,
Or
Send us your
least.
fucking mostly least favorites. Otherwise, I'm good if you're good.
Yeah.
All right, thank you everybody. Have a good one.
See you next time.